Tell the kids thanks. All right, well, according to the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, nearly 27,000 house fires start in chimneys or fireplaces every year. And it's not just the fires that put all of us at risk here. Captain Forrest Smith and Ken Hall from the Mesa Fire Department to talk about what should you first do, there you go, before you start a fire in your fireplace.
Well, Ryan, good morning. You know, one of the things that we do as firefighters and paramedics and medical providers in the community is to be safety advocates. So when we look at situations that happen, especially this time of year with the weather getting cooled down, we want to talk about what families can do to keep themselves safe. So typically, when it comes to fireplaces and furnaces, what we suggest is that you go through your Chamber of Commerce. For instance, the Mesa Chamber of Commerce has people you can go through who are qualified to check your furnaces and check your fireplaces to make sure that they're cleaned out and ready to use during these winter months.
Because over a year of burning, you're going to develop stuff inside the chimney, right?
That's right. That's right. Those products in there that they call creosote that builds up in there is one of the leading causes of fires. When you have that buildup inside these chimneys, once you get another fire in there, that starts to build up and can actually lead to a chimney fire itself. Gotcha.
Okay. The other thing to worry about is this time of the year, a lot of people like to have space heaters. And holy cow, how old is this one?
This one's very old, Ryan. That's correct. People use space heaters and many different alternative methods for heating their home. This is an older space heater here, and what we want to bear in mind is if something like this were to tip over, it can cause a fire. We recommend you keep at least a 3-foot space between any furniture, clothing material, anything that could burn when using something like this. A newer space heater like this one here sometimes has a feature that it will shut off if it falls over. Something like that may be a little safer.
Now, you still see these. Even though this is old and maybe 20 years old, you still see these in people's homes. They're still out there. People can buy them and find them at some of those secondhand stores.
Yes, thrift stores or Goodwill stores, or sometimes people just have one for a long time and it's worked well for them in the past. But we would just want to be very safe with those because they can be a little more dangerous than the new ones. Now, you want to find one that's tested by an independent laboratory to make sure it's as safe as possible. And try to get one sized to the room that you're going to use, because if you have one that's too small, you tend to turn it up more and probably put it closer to where you're maybe sleeping, which can cause a fire. And that's why we recommend please turn them off at night when you go to sleep or when you leave your residence to reduce the chance of a fire.
Right. And then lastly here, monitors.
Yeah, extremely important, no matter what, especially this time of year. Not only heating, but cooking fires are a big leading cause of fires here. So what we want to recommend is that people make sure that they have a smoke detector. At least have one near your living area, in the hallway preferably. We have these dual sensor ones that we're giving an example on, which actually can pick up on fire at different stages throughout the stage of a fire. So you have flame and or just smoke, at least that'll pick it up early for you.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you guys for coming in and giving us the warnings here, especially with the temperatures dropping the way that they are.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it, guys. All right, still ahead here, have family coming over for the holidays, or guests, friends, things like that.